We just had a nice prayer group about not following the rules in our car when we're driving. And I'm very guilty of not wearing my seatbelt, which is transferred over to my son not wearing his. And so it just came on me. The Lord gave me these words that when I got in the car to put my seatbelt on, it was dinging. And God told me that that's Him talking to me all day long, is that dinging to put my seatbelt on. And so many times of the day that I don't listen to Him. He's like, hey, I'm talking to you, and this is your seatbelt of life, but you're not listening. So it's super powerful just to see, man, like that infraction that I make in the car is actually the infraction that I make in life with Him every day as well, which shows that I need Him for all my understandings and not to lean on mine, because clearly I don't wear my seatbelt sometimes. Not a good look. So I have to be more mindful of the dinging from Him and for wearing my seatbelt.
Hey guys, so Rowan is learning how to drive. He just turned 17, and yesterday was his first driver's ed class, and all the parents had to attend. And the speaker of the night, she was from the ER unit at one of the local hospitals, and she spent 2 hours just talking about all the accidents that she's seen over her lifetime, and how just so much stuff can be prevented. And at first I thought it was overkill. Like, she was, sharing stories about people flipping their cars from distracted driving to driving too fast. They had all the little test dummy videos, and I laughed it off. But then she started saying all the things we shouldn't be doing as drivers. Like, we shouldn't be on our phones. We shouldn't be talking. We shouldn't be eating food. We shouldn't be so many things. And I started looking at my life, and I did every single one of those things. And it was just kind of like, oh, like, gosh, maybe I'm not the best driver. I mean, I've been driving my whole life. I've been an Uber driver, Instacart driver, and I've driven for a living. And I've always felt like I've been a confident driver. And yeah, eating a burger while driving, no big deal. But she really just convicted me. It was just like, hey, like, I'm supposed to be leading by example. Like, if my kids see me on my phone and they end up doing something stupid on their phone and they get in an accident and hurt someone, that's someone else's life. That's their life. That's someone I don't even know's life. And that was eye-opening, because I didn't realize that if your kids, if they get in an accident, I'm essentially held liable until they're 26 years old. I can be sued. I can have everything taken away from me. And the importance of just teaching my kids how to drive and how to do it correctly and do it with integrity is now my top priority. And I was just praying about it, and God was just like, Jamil, you need to be living by example with your whole life. This isn't just about driving. It's about everything you're doing. Your kids are watching you. It's my job to make sure my kids grow up to be, good human beings. And I'm so grateful that I have a wife that's making up for me, that she's been teaching them all those things. So I brought this topic up to a group of men that I talked to in the morning, and I just shared with them my experience. And they all just started, confessing that they are distracted drivers too. There's a lot of us, who we talk while we're driving, we look at stuff while we're driving. And one of my buddies was just sharing how he was, texting and he was driving, and he ended up hitting a curb and bent the rims on his brand new tires, and he just felt like an idiot after doing it, because he knows better. And then his son is talking also, and his son was just like, yeah, like, my dad grew up and didn't wear a seatbelt, so I don't wear my seatbelt. And we were all just like, dude, that's crazy. Like, you should wear your seatbelt with driving. Like, that's what saves us. And he told us how he went out to pick and pull and cut a seatbelt off of a car so that he could plug it in so that his car would stop dinging at him while he was driving. And it's funny, but at the same time, it's just like, wow, like that's so dangerous And when your kids see you doing that, like, they're watching you. Our kids are watching us. The people around us are watching us. We need to lead by example. And it just really hit hard, like how we need to be more present in our life, and we need to just focus more on what we're doing, because there's people in our life, that might be dealing with struggles, might be dealing with pain, and if we're just distracted by life and just in our own problems, like, we're not there to see what they're going through and see if they actually need help, to see if they need someone to talk to. And a lot of times it's our phones. I could be walking down the road and I'm looking down at my phone, and I might not be seeing the homeless guy crying out for help that really just needs, a warm cup of coffee, or someone to give him $5, just to buy him something to eat. So God's just really been putting that on my heart this morning. But it comes back to being distracted as a driver. Like, I've allowed myself to be on my phone. I'm going to admit it. Like, sometimes I'll watch a whole basketball game driving to work, like I'm just glancing over and I just made the excuse, well, I'm just listening to it. I'm not really watching it. Sometimes I'm in traffic and I'm scrolling through YouTube, I'm looking through Instagram, and I think it's not hurting everybody. And thank God that I haven't been in an accident yet. But I think about all the people who aren't as lucky as I am, who have had their lives affected, their lives ruined, just by a simple act of not paying attention to the road. And God really showed me that it's not just in life, but our cell phones, we allow that to distract our lives, to distract us from Him. There's so many days where I'm just on my phone, and I don't realize the effect that it has on my relationship with God, on the relationship with my kids, on the relationship with my wife. I spend more time on my screen than I do actually talking with my family. And I realize that needs to change, that us as a society, us as a community, we need, to come back to the moments of sitting down at a dinner table and actually talking with each other, and not just on our phones while we eat. We need to, have those tough conversations with our kids about, just the decisions they're making. And I find that we're just letting our phones, we're letting our phones just take us away from having relationships with people. So I just want to encourage you guys, just to take a moment and think about what you can do just to be more present in life, what you can do to be more present in life, and just pay attention to the road. Yeah.